Good afternoon, evening, or whatever you want to call it, wherever you are. Welcome to another episode of Three Men and an Anime, where we are going to be discussing a perfectly ordinary, normal show by the title of Nichijou, My Ordinary Life. This is a slice of life anime by Kyoto Animation about cute girls doing very cute things, and it is totally normal. I am joined by this week by my good friend and co-hosts Eric Carlson and Gav Leaf. How are you guys doing tonight?
Oh, we're doing just fine, really. It's so nice to get out of the PBS studios and get ready to discuss some very pretentious jazz.
I'm sorry, I can't do it. I can't.
I am amazed I held that for as long as I did.
I almost started cracking up when I realized what you were doing, and I was like, no, I have to join in.
Oh, I haven't done that in ages.
I was like, that is perfect deadpan pretentious NPR art mob. Holy shit.
I have a knack at for some things, and that's one of them, unfortunately. All right, so we are covering Eric's most recent series selection, Nichijou, My Ordinary Life.
Aptly named.
Yeah. Oh boy. Okay, so I was not lying when most of what I said was not a lie. It is by Kyoto Animation. It is a slice of life series about cute girls doing cute things. That is where factuality ends. This show is not ordinary by any stretch of the imagination.
Oh my god, the freaking animation in this show.
Oh. Okay, so yeah, Kyoto. We're going to start this off by saying this is going to be a love letter to Kyoto Animation, honestly, because
Yes.
and they fucking deserve it. Like, not just for the show. I mean, after all the shit they went through, recently because of the awful.
Yeah.
And the fact that they are managing to come back, I'm very glad Eric picked a KyoAni show. Because
I picked a Kyoto Annie show mainly because this is one that had been on my list for a while to sit down and watch, and it's, from what little I'd seen of it, okay, this is exactly the kind of absurdist humor I love, and it's gorgeously animated despite the fairly simple character designs. In fact, because of the simple character designs.
I want to say also, this is, well, I thought I was going to say, shit, my brain is, this show does that to you sometimes.
Yes. Your brain is officially Nichijou'd.
Yeah.
The phrase Helvetica Standard will never mean the same thing
No.
again.
No, it is not a font anymore. It is a segment.
Yeah.
Oh my god. So yeah, Eric chose this because we needed Eric felt like we needed a lighthearted, goofy, stupid, insane show. And which was all, and it was that.
Yeah.
We weren't expecting this.
I was not expecting Monty Python. Monty Python levels of absurdity. What the ever living fuck, Eric?
I was expecting some sort of maybe the occasional absurdist thing. I was not expecting it to be the entire fucking show. Yeah, I was not expecting Monty Python with anime girls. Holy shit. I'm glad I did this.
We're not exaggerating. This is the thing that caught us out is that, and this is why this might be a little bit of a weird episode for what we're doing tonight. This isn't a regular show. This is an episodic sketch show, basically.
Yeah, it's a gag. It's what is often described as a gag series.
Yeah.
Yep.
It has themes and character arcs throughout, but no real plot. It is literally the everyday, ordinary life of ordinary is a stretch, but it's the everyday life of these characters.
Yep.
And the things that happen somehow during those days, and it's like,
why does my arm come off so I could fit in the roll cake?
That is a thing that happened.
It's hilarious.
Yes,
it predates Gurr, by the way, just to let you know.
You know that GIF going around the internet? I know you've all seen it. I know every single person that would be interested enough to listen to this episode has seen it. The one with the dude suplexing the deer.
That's from the show.
That's from this.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say this: it makes about as much sense in context of the show as it made from in the meme.
I mean, the meme is literally just the scene in the show in all of the context.
Yes.
There's a girl looking out the window during class. She sees the principal. The principal decides to suplex a deer. The end.
He gets into a fight with a deer, and it ends up with a suplex. Yes, the girl in question is out in the hallway because she has done something stupid. Because this is Mio. She does stupid things.
No. Mio's the smart one.
No, this is
This is
Yuko.
You're right. This is Yuko. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, Yuko. This is Yuko. Yeah, Yuko is Yuko's in the hall. Because she's done something dumb. By the way, and when Eric says Mio is the smart one, that is a bit of a she's the least stupid person in the show by a lot. Well, no.
She's the least stupid person in the show that is not an 8-year-old.
Yes.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Mio, the way to describe Mio is she is intelligent, but she dumbs down to her friend's level.
Yeah, she hangs out with a pair of idiots.
Let's talk about the characters. We have we basically have two casts that will eventually end up merging.
Yes.
We've got the three besties. We've got Yuko, the idiot, Mio, the outboard brain, and Mai, the force of sardonic chaos.
She's a troll. Out and out troll.
She's an absolute troll.
She never cracks a smile. I mean, this is the thing. She never cracks a smile. She never raises her voice. She talks in a really low, quiet monotone, and she is the biggest. I don't want to say bitch,
but she's not.
Mai's not a bitch.
Because she will drive her friends to near insanity, and almost in some cases cause them physical bodily harm for the sake of the joke.
Loves pranks and deadpan humor.
Yes. She's a deadpan prankster.
And the thing is that she will get Yuko. Her jokes work really well on Yuko in terms of getting her to laugh. Yeah. They work incredibly well winding Mio up.
Well, it's not hard to wind up Mio. She's a little high-strung.
The manga episode.
Oh my god. I felt so bad for her.
That was just her being mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
That is the meanest Mio that Maya's ever is.
Yes.
Oh my god. So the other half of the cast are the denizens of the Shinonome Labs.
Yes. We have Nano, who is an android with a key sticking out of her back. She looks just like any other teenage girl other than this.
Yes.
Then her arms will occasionally fall off and be replaced with pastries or machine guns. Not even kidding.
She has a rocket fist also.
Yeah.
Also, her thumb can detach and is a USB drive.
Yeah, it's a literal thumb drive.
Yes.
Yep.
Oh, and occasionally, she ejects toast out of her forehead.
We're not lying.
The reason her functions seem to be very
she was
eclectic.
built and designed by an 8-year-old.
Built and designed by Hakase, an 8-year-old. Also a super genius.
But she is still 8.
And she's still 8. This is the most accurate representation of an 8-year-old I've ever seen on TV.
Oh god, yes.
She is a way too smart 8-year-old and is portrayed exactly that way. Wow.
She has a tendency to throw tantrums. She really likes her snacks and is constantly trying to get extras. Sharks are super cool. Why aren't there more sharks around? That's And Sakamoto.
And she's also smart enough to build androids, and therefore the androids have strange functions, like the fact that her arm can detach and dispense roll cake, or a sweet bun can be ejected from her forehead, or she's got a machine gun that shoots pellets in her other arm, or she's got a giant key in her back because
it's cute.
Basically, it has exactly one actual function, which is to detach the thumb drive.
Yeah.
That's it. Otherwise, it just spins when she has emotional reactions occasionally.
One of Nano's primary things throughout the show is her saying, "Look, I just want to go out into the normal world without people knowing I'm a robot. Can you please take the torso-sized key off? I can then at least sit down properly in a chair." She's like, "No, why?
No, cute.
It's cute." It's like, and at that point you realize she's trying to reason with an 8-year-old.
Yes.
Yeah.
She's not winning that argument.
No.
And then you've got Sakamoto, the most mature member of this household, who is a cat.
Yes. With a scarf that allows
Sakamoto
him
can
to talk
because he kind of adopted the Hakase and Nano, and they decided, and Hakase got annoyed that she couldn't figure out how the cat wanted, so she made him a neckerchief that translated his thoughts.
Yes. That enables him to speak. It enables any animal to speak in Japanese.
And once again, Sakamoto is the most accurate representation of a cat I've ever seen in anime.
Yeah.
It is such a highly stylized cat. Yeah, that behaves exactly like every cat I've ever met.
It's amazing.
The writing, the actual individual character writing of this show,
God.
in with all this madness, and take into account, like I said, there's no cohesive plot as such. As I said earlier, there's a couple of character arcs, but it's 26 episodes without a plot.
Yeah. And we kind of didn't really notice.
No.
Yeah, we burned through this series.
And the weird thing is, when you get to the end, it's like, you don't realize that it's like...
Yeah, you get
like,
the end.
Do I want more?
I do, but yeah.
But in what form?
I don't know, but I want more. But I want, here's the thing. Despite having no plot, no cohesive narrative, none of that, it's got a satisfying conclusion.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
How the hell? It's got one of the most satisfying, conclusions to a character's story that I've seen in a long time. It is literally the end of the show is this has been Nano's story about her basically finding actual friends and going on to life and having people accept her for who she is. And it's like, that came out of but it didn't come out of nowhere. They've been building it the entire goddamn series.
Mm-hmm. And best thing about it, we only realized that it was Nano's show because she got the last episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, throughout the rest of the show, every single character in all these groups could very easily have been the lead.
Yeah, absolutely. And
Jesus Christ, just Miho beating up the fucking street corner to keep people away from her yaoi.
Oh my god. We'll get to that. We will get to that. It's so good.
Wow.
Oh my god. So yeah, the best thing is it really is a true ensemble cast. It legitimately. As I said, this is Mio's story only because she gets the final episode. Nano's story. It's also Mio's story because she gets the next last episode.
But then interwoven into that, you've got all the extra characters. You've got the three best friends. You've got the labs, the three there. You've got the teachers and their ongoing lives and little side things going on. You've got the other students that are around that obviously interact with these main groups.
Yeah. Yeah.
The ongoing, the snooty kid that rides a goat to school, because of course he does, shut up. And the girl who's sort of constantly both infatuated and infuriated with him. And regularly fires heavy support weapons at him.
Oh, she's very tsundere, but it's also she's also legitimately annoyed by him.
Yes.
She's not just tsundere. There is actual nuance to her character because no character in the show is badly written.
No. Not a one.
The mangaka of this series, it's based on a manga. Keiichi Arawi is all the goddamn tip of the fucking hat to you, dude.
Mm.
You wrote a master fucking piece. Jeez.
And not even that, but intermixed throughout the show, throughout the episode, are little stingers.
Yep.
And tag-ons that are just random little like we mentioned earlier, Helvetica Standard.
Yep.
Which is just an absolute surreal, absurdist little one-shot, like a comic book strip, basically, that happens in the middle of some
of the episodes.
Or there's the other one that which was it wordplay or something like that? Something
Word
about
time.
Wordplay, word time, and things that are cool.
Yes.
Things that are cool, yeah. And it's like, and it's just random things, and it will just be a random bit of fucking nonsense that will either happen or won't happen, or like the first. Is it like the first 3 that we get is the fucking jump rope?
Yes.
Yes. Oh my god, the
That one
fucking jump
nearly
ropes are amazing.
fucking broke us.
Yes.
Just when Yuko jumps and then twitches when it hits her, we had to rewind that like 3 times.
And again, they're all relevant because like it's like it's one of those typical jump rope scenes, and it's like the first one is Yuko, who I can't remember what she does, but she fucks it up, and
she jumps, falls down on the landing, and just curls up in the fetal position as it twitches
Yeah.
and the rope hits her.
yeah. But then there's Mio, who we find later is completely and utterly, you know, when it comes to anything, she's athletic. She's nothing to do with athletics. You know, she doesn't understand it. She's terrible.
The thing is, she's weak or uncoordinated. She's just shit at them.
Yes. And it's like
she's exactly good at one sort of athleticism, and that is violence.
Yes.
Yes. But her turn comes along, and she goes towards the skipping ropes as they're being twirled like they do on the playground, and she just body flops it.
Yeah.
And the image of it now, she doesn't even attempt to jump. She literally just like moonsaults into the fucking middle flap.
It's amazing.
And we did not see it coming.
Mm-mm.
And it only gets weirder from there.
Yes.
There's the little segments with Nano and Hakase just
playing rock paper scissors.
Yeah, playing rock paper scissors. It's fucking adorable.
Yes.
And Nano always wins until her hand does something stupid.
Yes.
Like fly away on a rocket engine, or spring off to get Hakase a juice, or become Twizzlers. Yeah, all of these things happen.
Yeah. Is it episode 1 where she ends up like shooting into the sky like a fucking rocket?
Yeah, that's the one where she runs into somebody, if I remember correctly. And the two of them, there's an explosion. They go sailing in different directions.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because this show is this
right,
show tells
that
you
was the thing that caused the explosion that caused all the shit to land on Yuko's head later on the episode.
Yes.
Yep.
Including the salmon, which was just hilarious.
Yes, it was. This show tells you what it is in the very first episode, and it does not let up.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like I said, it just keeps going, and it doesn't get tired.
No,
it really doesn't.
It just catches you off guard all the time. It's like not even. There's no repetition. I mean, even when they go back to a joke they've done before and they give it a new twist, like the fucking airship.
Oh my god, the airship! Oh my god.
Oh my god, yes.
I mean, not to spoil it, but there are scenes that happen during the show where it'll either come in at the start of an episode and we thought, wow, this has been going like half the episode, and it's this huge scene about this royal coup taking place on an airship, and this dude's trying to
and we had to check. Are we sure we clicked on the right the right show?
All of a sudden there's this cohesive story about this dude that's trying to overthrow a monarch, and this kingdom is apparently ruled by the power of 2 wooden cubes that have some sort of mystical force, and they're fighting over it, and it goes on, and there's this awesome like fight scene, and everything else goes off. So leading to the point where accidentally those wooden cubes get knocked overboard and fall through the sky down onto what looks like a school, and then smashes through the roof and land in Mio's hair.
At which point Yuko wakes up
and screams out loud because she's been daydreaming what those wooden cubes in Mio's hair are. The whole skit was her daydreaming about what those why she chose wooden cubes in her hair.
I'm not gonna lie, I felt called out about this because I still do this. I'm 41 years old. I will do this at work.
And they do it 2 or 3 more times.
And it doesn't get old.
No,
it really doesn't.
If you know what's coming, it's like that's why I have no problem explaining the joke to you, because the first time, okay, it's the shock and you kind of realize it halfway through, because again, in like the first episode, Yuko straight up asks Miho, "What are those things in your hair? Why did you choose cubes?" And you realize it's been nagging her. It's in her head.
Yes.
She's been trying to figure it out for a while. Therefore, the daydreams.
Yep. But we find out, the thing is, you start finding out like little things about like the main characters, like their hobbies and their, like, you know, Mai carves little Buddha statues and shit like that because they're cool.
She likes carving.
And we'll occasionally just leave them as pranks in people's lockers.
Yes. Well, as gifts, because they're cool.
Yeah, because they're cool. And like, there's this whole thing where like a teacher thinks like that there's someone's playing some sort of like horrible prank on them, because like, why would you give me a Buddha specifically representing destruction? What the hell? And then like there's a big assembly, and Mai's just like puts down another one on their desk. It's cool.
But like, you know, we find out that, you know, Mio is an artist. She wants to become a mangaka.
Yeah.
And she starts at, has a little hobby of doing her own little yaoi, you know, slash stuff, which, you know, which she is terribly, terribly embarrassed by at the beginning.
Jesus Christ, it's hilarious.
Yeah, oh yeah. Oh, God. Oh my God. The length she will go to prevent people from finding out what about her hobby. It's amazing.
The first time Yuko finds out about this, because Yuko's copying Mai's homework and passing it up, and then not Miho, and Miho goes, "Wait a minute! Oh my God! I drew yaoi on the back of that. I need it back. Yuko, can I have my homework back? Why? Because I want it back? Why? Just give it back." "No, I'll give you 100 yen. Runs out the door.
Because she don't realize
amazing fucking chase sequence. Holy shit!
Oh, yeah, that's the other thing about this show. So you see the four girls on the header there, on our title page there, and they all kind of have, okay, you'd be thinking, okay, basically that's exactly the same face with a different hairstyle, different eyes, and to a degree, yeah. But as we said earlier, they keep the characters very simple in this show for one very good reason. So they can flex the fuck out of their animation skills whenever they like.
Here's the thing: the faces are really simple. Look at the hands. Look at how weirdly well drawn and detailed those hands are. That's a thing that just keeps happening in the show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they've got very nice. They have a lot of line economy.
Yeah,
and the thing is, while the faces look very simple from one angle, they add a lot of nuance to the characters, like facial expressions such as they go. Like, it's so much like the basic facial structure is the same. They do not animate their faces the same way when they talk or interact with each other, though, because Kyoto Animation is like KyoAni. That's one of the big things that I've noticed over the few shows I've watched of theirs, is they are among the very, 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 very best at doing facial animation.
Yes,
doing little subtle facial things to convey emotion and intent and all this stuff, and they carry it into this show, and they animate everything else very well. Oh, by the way, they also knock it out of the park when it comes to integrating CG into their.
Jesus Christ, that fucking composite! We had to watch it 3 times to see where it switched from cell to CG.
Yeah.
Literally, it's a gigantic panning shot around the three of them playing coin hockey on the table.
It literally swings past them 2 or 3 times, and again, we had to go back and watch it 2 or 3 times just to see the moment, to try and find the moment where it splits from.
And that's the thing, we had to find the moment. We didn't actually see it; we just figured out where it was.
Yeah,
it is legitimately
seamless.
It was legitimately one of the best integrations of CG animation I've seen into cell animation I've ever seen.
Yep. You know, you think about this show. This is literally like this. The animation in this show, when it goes all out, we're talking in the same sort of conversation as shows like Mob Psycho.
Yeah.
As you know, as what was the other one? Demon Slayer that everyone was
and One Punch Man
and One Punch Man. You know the difference? This was 2011.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Basically every KyoAni show since this, basically.
Yeah.
Like,
and here's the thing, like, I will still give the edge to Mob Psycho in animation.
Oh, sure.
Just because their willingness to experiment with different
I would agree
types
with that.
of animation.
That was also 7 years later.
It's also much later.
Yeah, like I said, this is even to this day, this show is in that conversation.
Yeah, this is legitimately one of the best animated shows we've watched. Like, what? I mean, like you can see KyoAni's technical skills that, like, on the two other shows we've done of that KyoAni's done, Beyond the Boundary and Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid, both of which have stunning animation.
Well, that's the thing. KyoAni, like everything I've seen of theirs, is just fucking gorgeous.
Yep.
It's just they do so many slice of life cute girls doing cute things. I'm just not into that.
Right.
And it's very infuriating for me.
Eric is an animation nerd and would love to watch more KyoAni stuff that was in his wheelhouse.
Yes.
Because they're really good at their jobs.
Also, the thing with this to recognize as well, again, it's one of those things where they play with the animation style. So, yeah, in some scenes, like the chase scene that Eric mentioned, they break down into almost particulate colors at one point.
Yep.
And it's like this, it's the difference between it's a sort of show that some people will say, "Oh, that's bad animation." No, you don't like the art style. That is still not bad animation.
Well, that's one of the reasons why the faces are so simple in this because it lets them go off model without being terribly jarring.
Right, exactly.
And they are more than willing to go completely off model for a gag.
Oh yes.
What was that other show that came out fairly recently and everyone was saying it's bad, it's poorly animated? It's like, no, you just don't.
What,
like
you mean Mob Psycho?
Oh yeah, that's the one. Yeah. Yeah, they did. People did use that argument against Mob Psycho, didn't they?
Yeah, and they were as wrong, if not more wrong, amazingly. But yeah, the show's gorgeously animated, and like it uses animation for comedy better than anything we've seen so far.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like,
no, it's another one of those shows that takes the beauty of animation and does shit that you can't do in live action.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And I love it for that.
Yes.
Also, I love it because it's really funny and completely absurdist, and those are things that I love.
It's like, I mean, because of this show, I've actually started introducing these two to non-animated shows that I grew up with in the 90s, because in the 90s, it was the UK especially was full of this kind of surrealist, Reeves and Mortimer, and their quiz show Shooting Stars, the Fast Show, which I've showed to these guys a couple of times.
With an owl!
Yeah.
You do yourselves a favor and look up the Fast Show, The Rambling Hiker.
Yeah.
That's probably the best example of it, yeah.
Yes.
That's some of the best Monty Python that does not involve Monty Python I've ever seen.
Yes. But that's the sort of thing. Like in the late 90s in the UK, we had a bit of a resurgence of the absurdist kind of humor, and this took me straight back. This is
Yeah, there was a little bit of that in the early 90s here in the States with The State and Mad TV.
Mm-hmm.
The
things like Garth Marenghi and that
kind of stuff. Right. Oh, God, yeah.
Oh, right.
League of Gentlemen.
Garth Marenghi's Dark Place. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Yes. Upright Citizens Brigade was
Oh,
one
God,
I really
yes.
enjoyed.
Kids in the
Upright
Hall.
Citizens Brigade was... Kids in the Hall, yeah.
Motherfucking Kids in the Hall. God damn you, Canada. Why are you so good at comedy? Seriously.
See, because they're Americans that seem to still enjoy that they remembered that they used to be English. Or French, whichever.
At any rate. But no, seriously, I want to get back to Nichijou because...
Yes.
Like, there's not a lot we can talk about in terms of plot or structure or, there's just... We can ramble on about various bits that are goddamn fucking hilarious. We should talk a little bit about some of the other characters other than the main...
Yeah.
I will say, Hakura is just like, oh my God, she is simultaneously infuriating, hilarious, and the most adorable thing on...
Yes.
There's... There are moments where she is exasperatingly up an 8-year-old, and she's still goddamn adorable when she's having a temper tantrum.
So there's this one bit where Dano's like punishing her for being a brat, and she's very sad, and she offers to take Nano's key off by way of apology, and I was like, really? Yes. Okay, but you still don't get your juice. okay, close your eyes. So Nano closes her eyes. Kasai gets up, walks behind her, passes the key to the refrigerator, pulls out her juice. Chase scene ensues. I've been 8. I've pulled similar shit.
Akase is amazing.
Yes. And even when you have those, like, even though she is an inventor, it's like she doesn't suddenly just become a smart person, she doesn't just become a professor and start talking, science. No, she's an 8-year-old. She's absolutely always an 8-year-old. She just happens to be able to build robots.
Yes.
Yeah. I built this little guy. What's it do? It's the little guy. What's it called? It's the little guy.
Towards the end of it, it's like Peter almost developed a catchphrase with her, especially her and Sakamoto, and it was ticket returned, 8-year-old working as expected.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it applies to the cat as well.
Well, yeah. That is a reference with cats in general.
Yeah.
I've heard other places, but it applies to ticket canceled, 8-year-old working as expected. It's just.
Well, like I said, the attention to the detail and the accuracy of the character.
Yeah.
And like it's like even when they give the cat the brain, it's like we can talk. It can talk. We can understand it, and it's usually very exasperated, but it's still a cat.
There are moments where you see it, sitting there looking at something that's like there's someone's doing that's gonna trigger his play instincts. It's okay. No, I'm gonna be serious here. I can't. No, but I do not. Ah! Leaps after the thing. The way cats do. You can see the cat looking at like, nope, not gonna play. Can't, must pounce. Ah! Or playing with something. Someone walks in the room. I was not interested in that at all. Nope, not at all.
Nope. I wasn't doing that.
I am a dignified apex predator, not someone playing with a mousey. Shut up. Yes, I want some tuna.
I got my head stuck in the bag again.
I made super glue. Why is it super? Because it's really big. This is something that happens, and
yes,
hilarity ensues. And as usual in this show, that means hilarity actually ensues.
Yes,
and then and it comes back again later.
Oh, it does. Because almost every gag comes back again at some point.
Mm-hmm.
Run away.
Oh, right. The science. So eventually, Nano starts going to school, where she hooks up the 3 idiots.
So they become 4 idiots.
The science teacher twigs on the fact almost instantly that Nano's a robot and wants to capture her to find out how she works, and sets up all these idiot traps, including, okay, I'll call her into the science lab, and then I'll hit her with Mr. Shocker. Mr. Shocker is a taser. And then I'll be able to take her apart and learn her secrets. Nano, come in here. Just hides around the corner. Someone comes in, shocks him. We realize immediately it's the one kid with the mohawk. Just keeps shocking him. He falls over. Looks down at the now smoking kid with the mohawk. Time to run away! She turns around and runs down the hall. This becomes a running gag. Yes. Not necessarily shocking people, but her idiot trap backfires horribly, and she goes, "Time to run away."
The first trap she attempts to, okay, I'm going to put sleeping stuff into the coffee that I'm going to serve her, and she makes the same coffee, pours it into 2 mugs, hands it to Nano, and proceeds to start drinking the coffee, and then she realizes, wait, I'm drinking it too. Thud.
Yeah. She starts doing the villain monologue in her own head. She's like, aha, if she drinks this and doesn't fall asleep, I'll know she's a robot, then I can go to plan B. Why am I drinking this too?
And there's another, she tries something similar, and it's like over. No, it's not that she was. Yeah, I think she overfilled the mug and slurped it off so it wouldn't spill or something like that.
That was the second one. That was the
second time that it happened. Yes, that's right. Say it, slurp. Oh god, I did it again. Thud.
And there's this running gag back with the idiots. They're talking about it, saying, "Yeah, apparently next lesson's cancelled." I forgot her name now. Is it? Yes, Ms. Nakamura. It's like, yeah, Ms. Nakamura fell asleep again. Fell over again. And she's, wow, maybe she should see a doctor. She seems to fall over quite a lot.
Go Plus Soccer.
Oh, the Go Plus Soccer Club. So the Go Plus Soccer Club has these 2 kids in it.
Okay, this is one of the bits that does not, almost never interacts with our main group of idiots.
Yeah.
This is an entirely different group of idiots.
Doing this off in the background, doing something stupid, but yeah. The Go Plus Soccer Club is basically created by this kid who just wanted a club to play board games and hang out with his friend, the other member, which is this girl who just basically reads manga and hangs out with him all the time. It
is abundantly clear the two like each other and just have not figured out how to admit it to each other yet.
Yes. And
But they're also very comfortable just hanging out anyways.
Yep. And it's just them playing board games and hanging out, and it's the Go Plus Soccer Club, and no one else joins it because it's Go Plus Soccer? We don't bother to recruit. Who cares? We never have to figure it out. Until someone who happens to be a championship Go Plus Soccer player shows up and wants to join the club. Wait, that's a thing?
Yeah,
that's actually a thing?
I was a champion in my junior school. Fuck.
Wait, it's a thing? I didn't know it was a thing. I just made it up.
I just put 2 random things together that had no relation to each other. Why?
And it turns out one of the teachers used to be a champion, and the other kid recruits him to the advisor, and they have a match, and it makes no sense. And what the hell is happening in this show?
It's Goblin Ball with Go Stones and a soccer ball. Yep. And I don't understand.
It's amazing. This show is just this wonderful pile of absurdist nonsense, and the number of different ways, it's 26 episodes of just nonsense.
Yeah.
And it's beautiful, and I love it.
But it is also simultaneously, we're talking about all the ways this show has made us laugh. It made us laugh constantly.
Mm-hmm.
It is also strangely heartwarming, as I sort of alluded to.
Oh, it's absolutely heartwarming, because it's Kyoto Annie, which means it has to be heartwarming.
Yeah.
They don't know how to make something that's not heartwarming. If they did a 40K show, you'd be sitting there going, oh, those poor little Ripper swarms, they just want to have a hug.
But, legitimately, both Mio and Nano's character arcs throughout the show are legitimately very cute and heartwarming and have very satisfying conclusions.
And here's the thing, Yuko's kind of the glue that holds them all together. For all of her being an idiot, she's also clearly the heart of the show.
Oh, absolutely.
She's just this big ball of, positivity. And yeah, she's got a switch that gets flipped, and she can be vicious when she's pissed off. But, what friend doesn't occasionally insult their friends that way?
But the big thing, yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say one of the main things, obviously, because it's all been relating to Nano. It's they're trying to. There's one bit later on where they're trying to organize a birthday party for Nano because they don't really know it's a birthday, but
she's gotta have one sometime.
She's gotta have one sometime. So we've never had one for her before, so we're gonna have one now. Oh, okay. And she goes to try and find Nano, and while something's happening, she tries to grab her arm, and her arm comes off. And again, Nano is really fucking self-conscious about it. It's she doesn't want people to think of her as a robot, and she's like, "Oh no, this is a nothing. It's a." She goes, "Yeah, but don't worry about that. I mean, are you free this afternoon?" And it completely ignores the fact that her friend's arm just.
Yuko's response is, "Oh my god, your arm, are you okay?" "Oh no, that's perfectly normal. You see, it's just okay. You're fine. Who cares? Are you free this afternoon? We're gonna come over and we're gonna bring you cake. Why? It's a surprise." Okay.
And then she flashed back when the first time Nano came to the lab, and all sorts of things happened, and so she was freaking out about Hakase telling her about that she created her and such, and as Yuko's leaving, she says, "Oh, bye. I remember why I came by." So yeah, just remember. I just want to tell you that Nano is Nano, and that's all that matters. You're my friend, and that's what matters. I want to make sure you knew that. Okay.
Because Yuko got it in her head that she was a robot. She was the key at her back and wanted to get her to admit it. And there's this whole long roundabout things of trying to figure out if Nano's a robot. They never find out that she is or get it confirmed. But it doesn't matter because that was just that afternoon's obsession. So we're over it. We're over it now.
And Yugo's like, no, you're my friend, and you're Nano. That's all that matters.
That's all that matters.
And Nano flashes back to that in this moment, and after she leaves, she's like, oh my god. And she moments like that happen through the whole birthday party and end of the episode when she realizes these three idiots are her friends and don't care that she's a robot.
Yeah,
and
or even necessarily know. And if they did, they clearly don't give a shit.
Right. It's completely irrelevant to them, whether she is or not. Like, the key on her back is part of who she is, and they like her because they like her not despite the key, but because it's just who she is. Who she is.
It's just a part of her. It's like if the key is there or isn't, they don't give a shit. Nano's cool. We hang out with Nano. Whatever.
Yeah, it's really, really, really sweet.
Now, like, for all the shit that Mai pulls, also, like, there's a bit where Mai's out, like, walking her dogs and runs to Hakase. And Hakase is terrified of dogs. Her and Sakamoto. Because Hakase is an 8-year-old and got it in her head that she needed to take Sakamoto out for a walk, which he didn't want to do, so she literally drags him down the street. And Mai's out there walking her dog. Is like, hey, I've got my dogs. And she's kind of freaking out. So they're going to go turn around to leave, and there's the other dog. Turn around the other way, and there's the other dog. Maya's gone inside because clearly her dog's well behaved. They're not going to cause any trouble. Hilarity ensues. And later on, Maya realizes, I really bothered him with the dogs. I'll go and apologize my way, which is she shows up, draws a shark, hangs out for a little bit, and then leaves before anyone can, like, get her any refreshments.
Like,
because
she shows up to hang out to apologize to Hakase, and she tries a bunch of different things that Hakase just, like, is utterly unimpressed with. It's like, that's not cool. And eventually she sees Hakase drawing a shark. She's like, oh, you're drawing a shark? Yeah, sharks are cool. Draws a shark, and Hakase's like, oh my god, that's so great. Hey, would you like it? Yes. That's so cool.
Okay, I've achieved my goal. Leaves a note and walks away.
Yeah. After Hakase gives her the drawing of the shark, she did, and Mai loves it because it's adorable. Because it's Hakase. She does adorable shit, like,
yeah,
accidentally. It's a really sweet, like, and dear Lord, it handled, like, Mio's little arc of, you know, her finding out her crush might not like her, and
that chase.
The chase scene is amazing.
God, that's another amazing chase scene.
It's hilarious and funny, but it's also simultaneously, like, the end of it, like, the way they handle her realizing that, yeah, he might not like me. He hasn't said he doesn't like me, but the way
he clearly likes this other chick that's constantly firing heavy weapons at him.
Yeah.
But actually, we don't know if he likes her or not. He's a little too self-absorbed to really notice anything.
Sasahara is a very, very strange boy.
So Sasahara wears, like, a caveat around his neck all the time, or whatever those things are called. Cravat. That's what I said. Shut up. I know how to speak English, especially French lendwords. And rides a goat to school and is pretty much convinced he's a nobleman, even though his family
runs a farm,
terribly wealthy.
Yeah, his family, like, they're wealthy in normal people terms. Like, like Peter says,
they're upper middle class, maybe.
Yeah. But he comes to school riding a goat. He has a butler.
He's constantly drinking. Well, it's out of a wine glass and it's red. But it might be wine, it might be grape juice. For all we know, it's motor oil. Sakaharu's that kind of guy.
He's a weird dude. Also, he was at one point very into kendo, but he's now in the acting club.
Yes.
Like, you'll see random bits of him. Like, there's one bit where, like, other kids get told off for running in the halls. He gets told off because he's walking down the hall with a tray, like, strapped to his neck, eating steak.
Yes.
Because he missed breakfast. with his butler walking down the side of him carrying the gravy boat, for the sauce. And it's like, what? And then we finally figure out what his cravat's for, and it's actually nothing but an endless roll of folded up handkerchiefs, tissue paper. He just pulls one off when he needs.
Yeah.
This show. See, the thing is, even though you think we're spoiling a lot of the gags here,
we're not.
We're not.
We've not even touched on we've
covered them all.
Maybe 3%.
Maybe. This show is rapid fire. Like, normally when you do have a show that has this many rapid fire gags, you make the point of like, yeah, if one misses, the next one will land. This had very few that didn't land.
No.
There are a couple that are clearly Japanese wordplay that were like, that didn't translate well because I have no idea what the joke was.
Like, it was clearly a joke. We could tell it was a joke by the way it's framed.
But, it didn't translate to English at all.
So, I will assume it was funny because everything else in the show is.
Yeah.
And I swear to God, the second half of the show, when they changed the intro and ending for the show in the second half, they all of a sudden, it took me 2 or 3 episodes to realize that the ending had a different theme song every goddamn episode.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And I thought I was like, wait, is this a different song? This can't be a different song. It is a different. Are they screwing with me? Yes, they are screwing with you.
The show is
screwing with you. That's the thing. And
I'm pretty sure Mai's the director.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, this is the thing. This is the core of this show. It's not just trying to make you laugh. It's screwing with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is absolutely screwing with you just as much as it's screwing with the cast.
Yep. Oh my God.
Because it wants to trick you. It wants to make you feel stupid. Because it gets you. Every now and again, as you get towards the end, you think, oh, you bastards, that's what you were doing.
You rat bastards. I love you. Oh my God.
It's like the little, like I said, the little flexes, like Peter just said there, yeah. They throw in a different ending scene every time. Sometimes it's so subtle you don't notice the difference.
Yeah.
Then it's a completely different theme. Wait, they changed it this time. Did they change the last one? I don't remember them doing that. Then you go back and you realize, oh yes, they did. They were fucking with me.
Yes. The bastards. I love them.
Or the little ending bits that they do.
Oh my God. Yes, every episode ends with a little bit of narration from a different voice actor every time.
Usually from a really nonsensical, like inanimate object that popped up through the episode will then come back and like, hi, I'm Mio's bus pass, because there was an episode talking about a purse or something. Here's an excerpt from my daily life, and I do this, that, and the other. And then it always pops up at the end, and it'll tell you who the voice actor for that item, that narration at the end was. And it's again different every single time.
And it's always someone.
It's almost always someone famous or very accomplished.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like an absolute flex. It's somebody who's either retired or later into their career, or somebody who's just like, one of the biggest names in anime or whatever. Like, one of them is I've forgotten the name. Basically, Goku. It's the Japanese voice of Goku.
Yeah.
It's basically like watching a sketch comedy show that has consistent characters through it, and then like during the credits they'll like have like
Milton Berle will show up to read the credits.
Yeah,
out of nowhere, like
These aren't people who've shown up and done a cameo in the show itself.
No,
they have shown up for that one narration piece.
Yes. Like Meryl Streep will show up and pretend to be a dog whistle.
Yeah,
for whatever reason.
There's a game show in the UK who they call it's basically just a generic sort of like audience participation game show kind of thing.
Yep.
But one of the shticks that they do is they always have a celebrity guest, and all the celebrity guest is doing is the announcing voice.
Ah.
So like it'll be like they'll get Benedict Cumberbatch in, and all he's doing is, ladies and gentlemen, your host for tonight.
Right.
And that's all. That's his job for the whole show. He just does the intros and outros from the commercial breaks.
Nice.
It kind of reminds me of like the way South Park treats celebrity voice actors.
Yeah,
it's
like, usually give them something nonsensical.
Yeah, like George Clooney is a gay dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we mentioned it in the last episode with the voice of Sailor Moon.
Yeah.
Not last episode. When we did
Zombieland Saga.
Zombieland Saga, yeah. The voice of Sailor Moon just doing. But this is like every single episode. Like we were pausing it, googling the name and finding out. Oh yeah, okay, yeah, that's so and so. Oh, they were that. That's who that is. Okay, yeah, we know them. There's some names. There are some names in this little skit bit.
There was one that was like, oh, they were in almost every show we've done. Okay.
Yeah. Just like, oh my god. They also do other little sort of bits of continuity touch that are just like, wait, what? Like the realization we had when, like, as later on in the show, that Mio's art when she's doing her her manga illustration actually gets better over the course of the show.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. She grows as an artist.
Her line work gets better. She gets better at proportions.
Because of course that's what would happen if she's given that that she's tried to what. But like they make sure to show that in the show, like
They even mentioned, like, earlier in the show, we get that episode where she beats the fuck out of a cop. Because what she's doing at that point is she's trying to mail off her manuscript to a studio.
Or something, or a fanzine or something.
Yeah. To get an opinion. And the message she gets back, we don't see her opening it, but we get it back saying, oh, yeah, she got rejected, but they did say they want to see more from her in the future because it's very promising. And, this is something that's just mentioned in passing. And then when we get to this episode at the end where she's actually putting together a new manuscript for her, for her next submission, we see the actual difference and the improvement that she's made.
Yep.
It's like the growth in this show. The characters do in fact grow.
Yeah.
At this point, she's actually come out with to her friends that, yes, I do yaoi manga. And, like... And so the four idiots get together to help make manga. And... Nano, who's never seen yaoi before, just breaks.
He overheats and goes and sits on the swing outside to cool down.
Poor Yuko is just an idiot, accidentally spills ink all over the thing she was supposed to be lettering, and it spans the rest of the episode the rest of the sketch, because it's just a part of an episode, trying to like fix her mistake and failing miserably,
making it worse every time.
Instead of owning up to them, it's the usual thing. Instead of just owning up and getting it sorted, she just keeps trying to fix things and making it worse and making it worse and making it worse. Then she makes the mistake of asking Mai.
Yeah.
At that point, she asks, she asks Mai, and Mai has just been like, Mai's job is to do the backgrounds. Mai has been doing the most nonsensical, batshit insane backgrounds, because she thinks it's funny with that complete deadpan thing, and poor Mio is just getting more and more frustrated. No, erase it, do it again. I just want you to draw lines. Okay, 3 Buddhas hanging out. No, they're on top of a mountain. No,
they're in a graveyard. No. Just erase it, okay? Erase it all and start again. She comes back, the graveyard's still there, and all the main characters have been erased.
Mai, just go read.
yeah. But I kind of started losing patience with Mai at that point. It's like, okay, I get it, you're a prankster, but now you're actually being a dick with
that was Mai occasionally goes too far, and that was one of the points where she had gone too far.
Yes. And
eventually Yuka, owns up to a mistake and says, "Okay, look, Mio, I'm sorry, I fucked up with the ink. We need to fix this." And she goes, "Oh, okay, well, no problem. I could probably just redraw it again. If we had any paper," glares at Mai's gone.
Which lends to her going, "Yuka, why don't you just go buy some more paper? Just go down the street and buy more paper." And there's a big argument about why Yuko is the one that has to go and get it. Eventually she goes and gets it and pulls a prank of her own, where Mai or Mio just fucking flips out for about 10 minutes, ranting and raving.
And it is
no one can get anything done right. And it's like, all I wanted was some manuscript paper. That's when you realize that, like, immediately after, like, handing her the, like, what was like a meat bun or something, as a joke. She'd been sitting there holding the manuscript paper
the entire time,
waiting for her to realize that she had actually picked up the fucking paper.
Waiting for a moment to say, "But I got it for you."
Yeah.
Just
the problem is, like, at this point, Miho has just absolutely reached her fucking limit and just goes off. The second something else doesn't go right, she just goes off.
And you know what you did next? And do you know what mine did next? And do you know what you did after that? It's like,
and all I wanted was a fucking paper.
Here's the paper.
Then she realizes around the same time you realize Yuko's been sitting there the whole time holding up a pack of paper.
The thing is, and you look back earlier the scene, she had the paper the whole time.
Yep.
You can see it
by that
in her
point,
hands.
Mio was already off. The rant had gone. The fuse had been lit.
And it's understandable given the day she'd had.
Yes.
Fucking my.
Oh my god, this show is great. All right. Is there anything else we really can talk about this show?
I honestly just go watch the show.
Yeah. All right. I guess we should go into final thoughts. Gav, you first, then me, and then Eric, because it was Eric's choice. So
because it's my show. Yeah.
Like I've said, this for me was a love letter to all the surrealist, bullshit, absurd comedies that I grew up on. It's frustrating in that you know it's very difficult to talk about other than we just keep saying it's good. It's good. Trust me, it's good. It is good. Go and see it. It's good. Animation wise, absolutely, there's scenes in this show that blow my mind. There are jokes that left me short of breath. I legitimately at one point I couldn't breathe. Most of that's because of the fucking jump rope. There's the surrealist bullshit with the, like I say, the teacher suplexing the deer that's become memed to all hell, and there's other things in this show that got memed as well. There is no reason not to watch this, and like I said, I was skeptical that a show like this could hold. Well, after the first week, we usually watch about 6 episodes a week. So after the first week, I was skeptical that this show was going to hold for 26 episodes. And as I said at the start of the show, I want more. I just don't know in what form. It's like, you asked me the question, do you want more? Yes. Why? I don't know. But I do.
Oh my god. Yeah, this show's real good. Like, it's real good. It is side-splittingly funny at times, through most of it, honestly. It is, I would say, the show we laughed the most during, and that is saying something.
Yeah.
It is, we discussed this during the last couple of episodes, this is probably the funniest show, the best comedy. Out and out, best comedy we've watched.
And this is up against some, true, absolute fucking standouts.
And take it into account that, at least two of us, I can't remember Eric's, but at least two of us, and myself and Peter, comedies are our favourite shows. Or at least up there. Slayers, Nadesco, all that kind of stuff. They're basically
Slayers,
comedies.
Nadesco, Shimonetta.
Tyler, Irresponsible Captain Tyler.
Yeah.
God, we've done a
bunch of Konosuba. I loved it. I know you guys didn't.
Yeah.
Bite me.
For the sheer comedy element, this absolutely, it's a sketch show. What do you expect? But it absolutely blows them out of the water. And not even just on the comedy either, just in quality of the overall production, especially the animation.
It is definitely the best animated comedy we've seen, and that's saying something because we watched Devil Depart Time.
Tyler. Yeah.
And Tyler, oh my god, Tyler's gorgeous. Jesus.
Tyler's gorgeous. I think Tyler had more work that went into it just because of the 20 years of tech advancement involved.
Yeah. But yeah, oh my god, seriously, Irresponsible Captain Tyler, what are the other comedies in? Slayers,
Shimonetta,
Konosuba, I'm showing through the list here. A lot of these are not comedies, shall we say. No Game, No Life is definitely comedy.
Gurren Lagann, I think, counts.
Maybe. You can make the argument on that one.
You can make the argument.
But yeah, like just there are a bunch of them that we've done. And Devil's a Part-Timer, which is
that's also definitely a comedy.
Zombieland Saga is very, very funny also. So like,
Yep.
So any of those, like it's like and this is funnier.
Yeah,
like this
absolutely.
This is legitimately the funniest show we've done, and it is in the top 3 or top. It's definitely in the top 5 best animated shows we've watched. Like I don't think there's an argument on that.
Yeah.
Like, and I think it's top 2. It might actually be top 2, and that's again saying something. Jesus fucking Christ! The show's gorgeous, and it's another show to put on the list of shows that made me angry that I did not watch them yet. Had not watched them yet. Mm-hmm. I'm angry about this show because I did not watch it before we did the podcast.
Yeah, same here.
We've done this. This happened. This has happened multiple times. We've each picked at least one show that I think virtually everyone in the group has had the exact same reaction.
It's like, fuck, I'm angry. I haven't seen this sooner.
Yeah. And this is definitely on that list for me. Like I am mad at myself for not having watched this before. It's a show I've been aware of and never watched, and I'm really upset that I didn't watch it sooner.
Yeah, same. I feel the same way.
But yeah, the characters are great. The comedy, it does absurd humor better than almost anyone I've seen in quite some time, honestly. And I love the show, and I love these 4 idiots. They are wonderful characters, and I want nothing but happiness for all of them. Eric?
I am mad at myself for not sitting down and watching this sooner. This show's fucking great. It's hilarious. It impresses me with its animation, not just because of the quality, but because it uses animation to do shit you can't do in live action, which always makes me very fucking happy.
Yep.
It uses the medium well to glorious comedic effect. It's a bunch of like rapid fire jokes over and over again. Almost everything but the wordplay lands, and some of the wordplay still lands because they figured out how to translate it, which is a feat unto itself.
Mm-hmm.
And just a glorious pile of absurdist comedy with these like 4 gloriously stupendous idiots who I just want to like put in my pocket and carry around places because they're just adorable. And yeah, this show is great. It will. If you're an animation nerd, watch this show. If you like comedy, watch this show. If you hate fun, watch this show. It will teach you how to love fun.
It is.
I really enjoyed this show,
yeah.
And I'm mad I had not sit down and watch it beforehand.
Yeah, it's really good. It is a resounding 3 thumbs up. It is one of I think it's one of our favorite shows we've done for the podcast.
It's up there.
The only, and I mean only negative I could ever throw at this show is maybe it's not designed to be experienced the way we experienced it. We binge this because we have to.
Right, because it's
and it's not saying that you can't binge it. You absolutely can. But like I've said, because there's no real story to hold on to, it does feel like everything blurs into one, which is not necessarily a bad thing when you're binging. But as we discussed, if this was the sort of show that you like started off a comedy, an anime block on a network or something like that,
yeah,
just as a weekly sort of thing that they just threw in, or even if you just broke off a few of the gags in like the Adult Swim style and used them as stingers. Yeah. Absolutely amazing for that.
The show is made for stingers, not gonna lie.
Or even just like, I mean, we even joked around, use it as an airlock when you're going to watch something like Saikano. You start off with this, dive into the misery, and then come back out with this.
Yeah. This show will not kick your heart in the dick, but it will make your heart feel better for having done so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Watch the show. Seriously, guys.
Yeah.
This cannot be suggested enough.
Oh my god. All right, so that's going to do it for this episode. It was a short one because we. What do you want from us? We can't go long on this show.
It's a bucket full of sight gags. What do you want?
Yeah. Plus, like I've said, we haven't spoiled all that much. There's too much in here to spoil.
Yeah.
So go, just enjoy.
I don't think we've even done. I think we've touched on maybe 2 of the best gags,
Yeah.
and like there are a lot of them that are as good, if not better. Like go.
Mm-hmm. Go
All
and
right.
enjoy the show.
Go enjoy. Have fun.
We didn't even talk about what happens to the dogs.
The
And
guidance
this coral.
counselor walking into her brother's room to help clean up and finding his porn.
The whole bit with the guidance counselor, the other teacher.
Yeah.
Just throughout the entire series.
It is.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Another one of the heartwarming moments I want to touch on is the moment when the guidance counselor and Yuko are having their session about what she wants to do in future, and she says that she wants to be a nice teacher like her, and it's like,
Yes.
"Aww!" And it's like, yes, I could totally see actually being a guy like Yuko being a guidance counselor. Like that
Yep.
makes total sense for her.
All the bits where the guidance counselor ends up trying to have a conversation with with Nano, and it's like one's stuck in a loop, one's an idiot.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Oh my god. It's like the moment in Food Wars where Jun and Megumi are apologizing to each other for like 10 minutes.
Yes.
While Soma and the other 2 are talking about curry. It's like, oh my god. The show's great, guys. Go watch it. Anyways, Gav, you have the next choice. Have you decided what we're doing next?
I wasn't sure, but I mean we're gonna get around to this one eventually. So screw it, we'll do it now. Gonna bring it right up to date with a show from last season. We're gonna do Appare Ranman.
Ooh, Appare Ranman, nice.
Steampunk Cannonball Run. I'm on board.
That is a show that's on my list. I was going to be watching soon, anyways. So thumbs up. That makes it easier for me.
I'm glad I didn't start it last night.
So we're going to be covering Appare Ranman next because that show looks awesome. Anyways, guys, Thank you so much for watching, enjoying, listening, etc. If you like the show and are listening to us on YouTube, give us a like, share, subscribe, all that usual, smash
all
that like button.
Bullshit that we suck at.
Yeah, we're terrible at this bullshit. Feed the algorithm and give us some comments. If you watch the show, what's your favorite gag? I'd love to hear.
Yeah.
And if you haven't watched the show, go watch it. Come back and tell us what you think. If you manage to not like the show, I will be impressed.
I won't be impressed. I'll
be sad, honestly.
I'll honestly be convinced that you're not actually human. You're some sort of
I'm convinced
bizarre entity from beyond space and time masquerading in man flesh.
I was going to say that most androids will laugh at this show.
Pretty sure Data laughed at this show.
Probably.
Spock definitely did.
Spock didn't laugh. He smirked.
Oh, no. Spock fucking belly laughed and then glared at everyone to immediately forget it.
Anyways, that's going to do it, guys. Thank you so much, and we'll see you guys next time. Have a great rest of your week. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye.